the Constitution says there should be expropriation. That's at least one of the arguments. Or there should be compensation. So we will have compensation, but then compensation will be null. It will be zero.
Please go check out rebelstoreZA.com. Their winter range is now available. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Real Moments. Real Moments are clips from videos or interviews that I think you might find interesting. I know some of you may not have the time to watch the full hour-long video or interview, so I thought these Real Moments can also double up as a bit of a teaser, if you will. And who knows, maybe if you enjoy this clip, you might want to watch the full video. Links to the full video or interview are always in the description below. Also, if you want to donate to the show, there's a link in the description for you to do just that. You can now contribute to the show for as little as 40 Rand a month via debit order. Also, there are now some exclusive perks if you're a member. T's and C's apply. This is only available through Quicket. Or you can visit my website for various options on how to contribute to the show. Donations are not a must, but they're greatly appreciated and go a long way to supporting the channel. And of course, subscribing is always free. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, here is your real moment. Let's talk about a very touchy subject at the moment in South Africa, which I wish more and more people would speak openly about it, because I think that there's a lot of misinformation out there. But you know, let's see if we can try and give a nice broad explanation to those who may not know. EWC is a very South Africa. You know, you talk about land on social media and some people will just have a heart attack and say that it must happen because we must reform. It's important to reform and all that. Having said that, have you read the new gazetted bill that's been trying to be pushed through at the moment?
Yes. We've read that, and we have also submitted commentary on that. And we also, my colleague Ernst Roets, who's on Twitter as Conscious Caracal, also did an oral submission to Parliament about that bill and about why we are so concerned about that bill.
Just explain to us very quickly, what are the steps now? Because I think a lot of people are still in denial about EWC even happening. I've had conversations with people who are like, nah, they're never going to do it. It's never going to happen. But, I think that's a very naive way of living, because the fact is it is being discussed now in Parliament. So what are the next steps? When is there a point of no return? Have we passed that?
I don't think we've reached that point of no return, but we are certainly getting closer to some form of EWC. I think the good news so far is they are not, the proponents of this constitutional change are not as, what's the right word, adamant, I want to say aggressive, or they've sort of backed down to a little extent, where initially they were very brave with their comments and how they framed it. And I remember Minister Zweli Mkhize said that, black people can be assured when they do this, no property of a black person will be touched. And President Ramaphosa said they're going to create the ultimate paradise. And they're a bit more mellowed in a way. They're still pushing this policy, but I think they underestimated the extent of the backlash that they would get. And also, they also underestimated the extent to which people would simply disagree with this through the public consultation process. But where we are now is there's two processes. The one process is there's a bill on the table, which is legislation about expropriation without compensation, which is a law, not a constitutional change. So that's the one process. And then the other process is changing the constitution. Now, there's some arguments that some people have said, no, you don't need to change the constitution. And it's very disingenuous and dishonest, actually. So they would say, no, you don't need to change the constitution for expropriation without compensation, because the constitution says there should be expropriation. That's at least one of the arguments. Or there should be compensation. So we will have compensation, but then compensation will be null. It will be zero. So there's some strange ways in which they're trying to push this through. And I mean, we have to combat this on all fronts. We have to submit legal opinions. We have to do oral presentations to Parliament. We have to write to them. We have to participate in the public meetings. And AfriForum is doing all of those. And of course, other than that, we need to get public support. And as we've seen in last year and the year before, they are extremely sensitive to international criticism. The ANC, they've gotten used to being the poster child of the miracle rainbow nation all over the world, and the party of Nelson Mandela, and these are the people who brought freedom to South Africa, and all of these cliches. And when they get criticized internationally, they can't handle it. And we've seen it several times. We saw the ANC's reaction when Donald Trump tweeted about South Africa. We saw them respond when the Australian Parliament submitted a motion. There was a decision by the Dutch Parliament. Many people have spoken out about this. And also when they heard that AfriForum was going to the US to raise support against EWC. They even went as far as, I remember while we were there, President Ramaphosa made a speech in Parliament about something else. I can't remember what. And then during his speech in Parliament, he basically went off script and he said, and by the way, those people who are in America I think he said, to spread lies about South Africa or something like that, they need to come back to South Africa. So they took it seriously enough for the state president to sort of go off script during the speech and call on us to come back. So they are concerned in a way about the backlash, but that doesn't mean that the fight is over. I think the fight is still very much ahead of us.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, was your real moment. This is your second reminder to please subscribe to my channel. Please like and comment below. Let me know what you think. If you enjoyed this content, please share it with friends and family. Also, check out the Joe Emilio Show Telegram channel. It's a channel, not a group, so you won't be bombarded by weird memes and information. It's really just a notification channel for you to be notified of all my upcoming uploads and live streams. Link is in the description. You can also watch more of my content here or here, somewhere in this general area. Just check it out. You might like it. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, stay safe, be kind to one another, and I'll see you at the next one. Cheers.